guys ended up making it to this haunted manor. The outer perimeter has this kind of iron gate to it, which you guys are now walking up to. There seems to be a front gate, which is currently ajar. You can see through the gate, like you're not trying to peek over the top and figure out what's going on inside, but you can see through it. Gate's currently ajar. You see that a little bit further in, there's a fountain, or what used to be a fountain, currently not operable. And then in the back, a couple hundred feet, would be the manor itself. I shall remind you that it is snowing, and it is a full moon. That moon only being Ruidus looming in the background.
It happened like every other day.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I want to make like I want to look for signs of life. I think I was expecting there to be people here.
An event of some kind.
Something happening, and so with the front gate being open, I want to look for either like signs of people recently, or has this thing been long abandoned?
Give me a perception check if you wouldn't mind, and I'll have one other person who wants to join in on that if you'd like.
I'll help you. Okay, good. Now.
Okay, that's it was a natural 3, but now it's a natural 16 for a 17.
Okay, 17.
Very good. I'm helping.
You look through the bars without actually going to the gate, I presume, initially, and there seems to be no life within it. You do recall hearing and seeing life just behind you, we'll say like half a mile or so, but looking in here, peering in here, you even look a little bit closer towards the fountain, and the fountain is like crumbled. There's still parts to the statue, you can't quite see it from your vantage point. And then looking a little bit further back toward the manor, there are some lights in it that are currently on, but the outside of it looks exceptionally run down, like nobody's lived here for decades, maybe.
Do we see any tracks in the snow?
Give me a survival check.
Baby, we're rolling bad tonight, boys.
I'm gonna help you on that too, because I'm looking like all over.
We're rolling bad tonight, boys. It's a 10.
A 10.
Thank you.
You do not see any tracks, animal or human. I guess humans are animals, but no tracks.
Interesting. It does not appear that there's any traffic inside of the place.
Does anyone remember Runda saying anything about this place having people live here? I kind of assumed, because they couldn't tell us what the item was, that there would be a
Did they teleport us here?
risk of being caught.
Well, it made it sound like we could be ambushed and taken prisoner at any time, which I guess technically we could, but so, I mean, there's not a lot of like natural life here, but do you guys want to send in maybe a small mouse or like a little bug, and I could just get in a little bit closer and maybe see what is going on inside? Look in the window.
Galileo, it's about this time that you hear in your mind. Figured it'd take you longer than expected. Hopefully you're not in the manor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so is this Rundar?
Okay. Hopefully you're not in the manor. Brace for chaos. Look for energy source.
Okay, I'll flip my lenses right then to start looking for energy sources on the exterior of the building, maybe on the ground, maybe like a better way to get in there.
Okay.
Thanks, KB.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check when you get the chance. And at this point, you guys are still on the outside of the gate until you tell me that you've moved in. Then we'll do dexterity saving throws.
I think it's an undead 20.
Okay. You see that the ground has there's no heat source coming from the ground. The statue has a little bit of a source to it at the base that's not chopped, and then the house itself has a kind of dim source of energy to it. But that's it.
The magic source coming from the statue. Is the statue in the fountain?
Yeah.
Does it have a color that everybody can know?
That's on the inside of the gate.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a purple source coming from the base of the statue.
I would share that with my team. Guys, we're looking. Rundar instructs us to brace for chaos and search for energy.
Can you call him back and ask if there are people inside the area?
Did he hear that? I'm gonna think.
Okay, so you're asking if there are anything inside?
Yeah, there's people.
I highly expect there to be guards.
And we're coming for. We came here to get the Eye of Vecna, right?
No.
Oh, that's one of my requested, actually. Who's got it?
I would like to walk around the outside of the gate and see if I can look to see where those lights are. See if I can see anything from outside the gate. I'm also going to. I guess what I'll probably do first is I'd like to walk around the outside of the fence itself and just make sure there's not any like tripwires, traps, anything like that for everyone to look out for, and then kind of clear the way for people to make some perception checks.
I'm gonna help her with that.
Alright, as you begin to go around the perimeter, give me a new perception check here.
I'm just following you around pointing at inconsequential things.
If it's a perception check roll,
Yes.
help it.
Are we still technically in like the tree line of the woods?
No, now you are kind of out in the open.
Okay.
So the longer you guys stay out here, I mean, the more vulnerable you are.
That would be 12 for me.
7 for me.
12 and a 17, okay. You go
What about
around the perimeter, and the perimeter itself is about a quarter mile in perimeter. And as you continue to go around, there's only one entrance. You can hop the fence at any point. You don't think that's a problem. As far as traps go with the 17, you're not seeing anything. The snow looks freshly packed in, so it's a little bit difficult to see if there's anything lying beneath it. But you do make a full loop around the house, and you see the same light source throughout the entirety of it. Doesn't seem like there's any part of the house that's more dim than the other part. It all seems to be just lit from within.
Okay, so it's not like a room is lit up. It's like the inside is just kind of all this.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do see that there are some wooden boards around the windows, and you can see through the crack there. With the 17, you see that there's some shadows every so often that you caught a glimpse of.
I'll relay that information back to everyone. Only one entrance seems to be here. It seems as though the entire manor is lit about the same way, but I do see some shadows from being cast from the light itself. So there's something inside.
Do we maybe want to go with a top-down approach? So we climb the wall, we go in a top window, and we can kind of start at the top and then work our way down, because they're not going to be expecting someone to come in top floor. They're going to be expecting us to come in the front door. If we can get to it. You know it.
I can certainly climb up there and see if it's the same shadows, then I think we can just...
We're looking for an energy source.
Right.
You think that would be like the center?
Oh,
Underground, maybe?
you said you saw a source coming from the fountain.
Fountain, the statue in the fountain has some kind of different energy source.
So he might be just putting it right in front of us before we even walk in, and we need to check it.
It'd be pretty fun if we did that.
Right? Right?
We don't know exactly what we're looking for. Do we?
We can go to sleep.
He said energy sword. That's all we got.
Okay.
Oh, we got.
Everyone just read my text message then.
I think we just check the front door and see if it's open and kind of go from there, and then we can either head upstairs or kind of scan. I'm happy to go to the top, but it doesn't sound like there's people inside. It sounds like guards.
There's things.
Do we hear anything? Any noises coming from the house or anything?
As of right now, you just hear the wind of coming through the trees.
Sounds good.
Whoops.
In
Ew.
Rundar's message, it said, "Hope you aren't in the manor yet."
He said, "I
Yes.
figured you weren't in the manor yet."
Oh, okay, I
And,
figured.
Like, hopefully you're not in there yet, as I'm telling you what you're looking
Got
for.
Then I will kind of lead the way. I'm just looking for traps. Assume that everywhere I'm going here, I'm looking for traps. Every new room I'm in, I'm looking for traps. So I'm gonna kind of walk through the courtyard around the statue and to the front door, and kind of look for traps and things so that everyone can
Before we step through the gate, should I?
probably.
Okay. I'll cast Pass Without Trace,
Mhm.
so we leave no footprint.
Cool.
And let me
Oh.
do a fresh stealth check then, if you're going for the stealthy aspect of it.
Oh, baby. That's the role we were looking for.
Disadvantage.
Trying to think of it.
And while everyone's rolling, as we would walk through the gate, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Good idea.
How long does it last for?
8 hours.
Nice.
8 hours.
Does Pass Without a Trace give you +10?
That's the one.
Good one.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me get stealth checks.
A 15.
With your plus
I got a 17.
With the plus,
Yeah.
33.
Hell yeah.
34. Nat 20.
2 people are using it correctly. What was it?
what about the spin?
I
He's
got
a
a
15.
15, 17,
24.
24.
I also got a nat 20 for
Actually-
a 21.
Sorry, 26.
31 then.
31. Oh, 31 then.
Yeah, he was 10.
Oh, yeah, 31.
Sweet.
3 above 30.
And
Two
I mean,
even,
plus I
even 15 is just fine, and there are some of you who went above and beyond. So you feel, and what are we calling what are we calling him?
Right now, it's Iceberg.
Iceberg, thank you. Right on the nose. You see Iceberg in the back with a broom, just kind of sweeping it up from behind. Now, let me
that's
ask you this.
hilarious.
Do you
Shake
guys go toward the
Yeah, just make
statue
sure-
at all, or are you bypassing the statue and going straight to the front of the house?
I'm doing a little. I assume in my mind that
It
it's
is.
like walking forward. There's the fountain, and then past the fountain is the door.
Yeah.
So I'm doing like a little loop around the fountain to make sure there's no obvious traps there, and then checking the front door. So I'm doing the whole scan. Is my plan.
Okay. As you look closer to the fountain, anyone who wants to look at it a little bit closer, not looking for traps specifically, you can give me a religion check. But I'll keep in mind that you're looking for traps. So far, nothing seems obvious right now.
Well, that's never gonna happen.
Oh, that's
A
cool.
religion check.
15. Religion.
14. Religion.
With a 15 and 17, 15 DC here. As you both
I'm like,
take a closer eye to the statue at the base of it, you can see that this statue's been it's been degraded. It's not naturally eroded, but you do see at the base that there was a mask that went onto the statue, and you see strips of porcelain, and you kind of move it off, and there seems to be like some etchings and some marks on there, but you can't find the whole mask at this point.
Does the statue still have like a face to put the mask on, or is that part gone?
You can kind of see like the calf to foot, like if it was chopped that way.
Okay, thank you.
I would kind of, I'd rub my hand over the area where the mask would have been, to see if I can like pick up any kind of like nuances or like energy in the around it.
Okay, with a 15, you do. Give me a perception check.
19.
Okay, 19. There's kind of a small staircase that goes up to get to the front door. You see a raven land right at the base of that staircase, and it looks at you, and in your head you hear, "Run."
What
And
if
then
we
the
just
raven gets up and flies back in the direction in which you came.
Sounds good. Raj would turn around and you would see that his face as pale white as it could be. Friends, we need to go now, quickly. I just received warning. This place is not safe. We need to get away from this fountain.
Vite vite.
Wow.
Forward.
Anywhere but away from this fountain. Maybe a couple steps back or towards the door. I didn't get a lot of information, just that it wasn't safe and to run.
Take a few steps back away from the fountain, probably like in the area I've checked, so probably towards the door. Take a steps towards the door, like
Yeah, I'm gonna start moving towards the door.
Raj is laser focused on the fountain itself, as we're like all moving away.
Okay. As you're backtracking slowly and or kind of walking backward toward the door with everyone else, those of you who are facing the door, the first thing that you notice on this door is that there is a symbol right on the front door. And before I get to the symbol, on the sides there are windows that you could potentially access, but they are boarded, and there's kind of just slithers of light coming through them. The glass itself seems to be shattered as well. The symbol that you see on the door, this is a double wooden door that kind of looks like hinges on the outside would open outward, and you see what appears to be this kind of chain that almost resembles a pentagram, but a little bit different.
Uh-oh.
does it look like any of the pentagrams Sylvie has?
No, those would be kind of like perfect pentagrams. This one's the best way I can describe it is it looks like a pentagram, but kind of like something else as well. But it's made of chains.
I think when we are inside, we probably need to move quickly and with purpose. So, Galileo and those of you that are good at looking for specific things probably need to be looking for whatever this energy sources, moving as quietly as we can. Do not open anything or touch anything without me looking at it first. But I think we need to be quick, move with purpose.
Right.
If we see something, hide.
Do we want to get eyes inside the door before we go in? I can only do it once, but we can send an eye in to see what is directly inside the door, or do we just want to bum rush?
I like the idea.
D'accord.
Should I have to get more ground?
Wait.
So I'm gonna take the birch staff off my back, and that little leaf is just floating on top, and I'm just gonna kind of blow it off of the top of the staff and into the crack of the door, so that I can see what is inside the door.
Okay, how far can it go?
30 feet.
And how far?
So I'm gonna get dark vision and normal vision up to 30 feet. Yeah, dark vision and normal vision up to 30 feet.
Cool. Okay, so as it slides through the crack of the two doors, it lands kind of in the middle of the room, and you see immediately in front this kind of grand staircase that goes up, and then it cuts to the right and it cuts to the left. So it looks like there's a balcony to this. You also
It sure does.
you also see a hallway, this kind of like arched hallway that goes to the right. You can't see past it. You can't see at the end of it, I should say. And then there's another one that goes immediately to the left. And both of those passageways are open, just kind of like archways that you could walk through. At the staircase is right in front of you. To the right, you see a wooden door that is closed, and then you see a wooden door to the left of the staircase that are currently closed. So there's 4 doors at the first level, and then there's that staircase that opens up and you can't quite see, but it does veer right and also left.
I'm picturing Titanic. Is that what we're thinking? Titanic up the center and then off to the sides?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there an air horn anywhere?
Only one way to find out.
Is there a scary girl that only
Yeah.
I can see?
You don't see any creatures. You do see that there's a chandelier up
Okay.
top, but you can't quite see. And this chandelier has kind of like this chandelier it has fire candlesticks that are currently lit, which is kind of lighting and giving the room.
We are clear directly inside the door. There is a dot to look at though, but there is no threat directly on the other side of the door. I think we're going to run in as opposed to running back out. So.
Did I see any traps on the front door?
No traps on the front door. The chains, they're etched into the door, but they're not like literal chains that like block the door.
Like a wood carving?
Yeah.
Cool. Is it locked?
You try to open it. It's not locked.
Actually burns an M in your hand.
I will open the front door, maybe like halfway or so, to give room for us to kind of slip inside.
Okay.
Shimmy. Shimmy.
As you walk in, give me a fresh perception check from everyone. A little reward for the person who gets the highest perception check.
Not it.
Well, I'm really glad I made stop.
Also, maybe.
19.
Perception?
Can anyone beat a 19?
Yeah.
21.
19.
Oh. I'm at 18.
Oh no, way lower than that.
It
Not
is-
a natural one though.
It is fitting that Phoebe rolls the highest one. So Phoebe, everyone kind of
You're
sees the
dead.
same thing, but Phoebe sees one thing that's slightly different. You do see that there's this grand chandelier. Looking a little bit past it, Phoebe, you see that the ceiling, which is about 60 feet up, has mirrors on it. And you look up and you see all of you. And Phoebe, as you're looking up, you see your figure looking down at you, and it puts its finger over its mouth, almost telling you to shush. And you watch as each figure in the mirror goes in a different direction. And you look down to your friends, and they are not moving. And the figures scatter off in different directions. Phoebe, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
While she's rolling that, I'm telling you, I'm out. I'm gonna leave. Remember? Me. I'm gonna go.
Just a regular straight up and down wisdom.
Yep.
Okie dokie. That's going to be another 21.
21. Okay. You get this slight chill down your spine, and Phoebe, you look up, and you just see your group, and you don't remember anything that just happened.
Well, we remember, though.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Everything's fine then. If I don't remember, it didn't happen.
Welcome
We're good.
to this chapter. What would you guys like to do?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And like, can I? And I'm literally just asking for me, and you don't have to answer. We can leave it up to nothing. Which direction did Mirror Phoebe run in? I don't actually have to know this.
So
I'm just curious.
Yours was actually the last one that was doing this to you, and it smiled
Okay.
at you. So you
Okay,
watched
okay.
as everyone else went in a different direction, and the last thing you saw was yourself looking, telling you to shush.
I'm stoked.
Baby's gonna go crazy. Let's go.
Is that?
So I did give you
Oh.
four different rooms at the base. You could split the party, just a suggestion, and cover a lot of ground very quickly, Scooby-Doo style.
I'm going with spin.
Do we want? I feel as though we should probably explore down here, just in case this seems to be. I have a question. Would Sylvie know, just from her like training and rogue experience, are like offices and important things typically on the top floor? Or she's like, nah, we'll come back to this. We need to go upstairs first. Does she like have like a sense of that? Because Jordan has no idea. But I wonder if Sylvie is smarter than her. And
And I'm gonna go after Boo.
You figure that it's probably on the second story. Like if you're looking for office, particularly, kind of like overlooking the property.
okay, perfect. Thank you. I think that we should probably go upstairs first. Typically, the first floor is mostly like that, but then other things and important things are typically up higher. So I do agree that going up to the second floor is probably the best step. And then typically, if we do kind of like we did in the maze, with a continue going right sort of thing, that can be very helpful to find.
Top floor, and then see if there is a basement where they are storing things, perhaps.
If that is okay. Great. Then she's gonna lead up to look up the stairs, looking kind of up for any sort of tripwires, traps, weird tiles, things like that. And then gonna kind of go up and to the right and see if there's any doors that way.
Okay, so as you walk up the staircase, there's kind of like another slight staircase that leads to the right, separate from the one on the left. So you go to the right, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As you all begin to ascend the staircase, you begin to hear this very faint piano playing in the background. As you progress,
I got a chill at my whole body. I literally just got a whole chill.
As you progress up the right staircase, at the very top, it kind of plateaus, and then there's a long hallway with several doors to the right and to the left, and it looks like there's a dead end at the end of the hallway.
Looking down the hallway, do any of the doors have like a different glow? And I'll kind of like bump Galileo, see if he can like use his lens and kind of have everyone like take a peek and see if they see anything.
Use my light protocol and search around now that we are inside for sources of energy.
Okay. Give me a perception check here, or an Arcana check here. Sorry.
Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 17.
Okay, 17. As of right now, these 4 doors don't seem to give off any energy.
Okay. No information so far. Nothing from this vantage point.
Should we look in them to be sure, or do you think that you could pick up an energy source?
I think perhaps if we open the doors, I can see through to the rooms. Make a decision from there.
Then what I'll do is I'll probably go. I'm gonna stay to the right. So my plan's gonna be is a throwback to a Rosa strategy. To listen at the door for any sort of movement, and depending on if I hear anything, check for traps. Try to open the door, see if there's any.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Give me a perception check.
15.
15. Okay. Listening closely, you hear what sounds like this kind of almost like wind pushing into the room.
Okay.
Sorry.
Does it sound like an open window, or does it sound like something breathing or making move?
It doesn't sound
Like
like
a towel?
breathing. I would compare it more maybe to an open window.
I'm gonna check for traps then and try to open the door so Galileo can get a sense inside.
Line of sight.
Okay. As you check the door frame and the knob itself for traps, no traps. You twist the doorknob and it cracks open.
And I'll kind of gesture to Galileo to stick his head in there.
Yep, I will perceive.
Okay. Are you walking in, or are you just kind of staying at the base of the door frame and looking in?
The door. Cautious.
Okay. You see that there's, it looks like a bedroom. There's maybe a queen-size bed with a double wooden frame, and there's this kind of like this drape over the outside of the bed, kind of giving it bed frame, giving it privacy. You do see that there is a window that is, the window's not open, it's just shattered. So wind is pushing through there. Anyways, you see a small desk along the wall, a bookcase as well. It just looks like a bedroom. And it does have, eerily, two lit candles at the desk.
Okay, well that's technically energy.
Sylvie can't resist. She's gonna go check that desk.
Okay, so is everyone going in, or some people staying in the hallway, just so I can visualize how many people are in this room?
I'm gonna go flank with my sister.
I'm gonna keep an eye out on the hallway that we just walked in.
If Sylvie's going, go with her.
Okay, so it sounds like everyone but Raj.
Grinberg?
I can cover 2 directions at once because of iceberg. I don't know. I guess I'd leave iceberg with you looking out, and then I'll.
I was gonna do the opposite of him. So, like, if he was gonna go in, then I was gonna stay out with Raj.
Yeah.
But he did both things, so.
I did both. Great. So that means you have to do neither.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the left by myself, making left only.
Leave the building.
And then I got the door. Nothing's gonna go wrong.
I'm gonna be on watch with Raj.
So Raj and Raymore are outside of the room, and then inside the room is everyone else. Iceberg, I presume, is the one who's outside?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. As you four walk in, I need a wisdom saving throw from all 4 of you.
Sorry, team.
Don't die. Go with God. Inside.
Oh my god, you guys, I rolled well.
That's great. I love that for you.
Raj, I'll watch the stairwell. You watch inside the room.
Of course.
19.
A natural 1 plus 4 for a 5.
You know you don't need to give it modifiers. Okay.
16.
Nice.
Awesome.
It appears there are rolling dice. Greymoor.
Okay.
Who's winning?
All 4 of you make your way into that room, and you get this kind of chill. You don't know if it's the window, if your intrusive thoughts are getting the best of you, but as you 4 walk in, you feel this chill down your spine, and you kind of shake it off. Phoebe, you look around, and nobody is in the room with you.
Yeah.
You look back behind you, and you still see Raj and Greymoor at the door. Everyone else who's in that room, Phoebe's with you.
You guys know that like that noise it made in Stranger Things, clock. Yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
So
Did
here, Phoebe, what would you like to do?
I think that the first thing that I would do is just like call out for Sylvie and see if I can't like not echolocate her, but just like Sylvie, like
You call out for Sylvie, and you turn, and you see that there's this mirror. And you see Sylvie inside of the mirror.
no, this has already happened once in a vision, and you're not real, and I know you're not real.
But you don't remember the first one happening.
No,
right?
the dreams where they were towards you. It's like this has happened.
Yeah.
And you hear Sylvie say, "Phoebe, what are you doing over there?
How did you get in there?
How did you get out there? We're looking around," and she kind of like looks behind, and you can see Galileo kind of looking at the desk. You see Roomberg kind of looking underneath the bed itself. Everyone's got something and a purpose that they're doing in that room.
But I can still look behind me and see that like Raj and Grimoire are still outside the door.
You see, I presume, Raj Greymore's at the watching the.
Yeah.
We're kind of like just like flipped. Like he's in doorway, and so she'd see my backside.
Okay.
Yep.
So you still see both of them.
I feel like I should roll to see if I back out of the room or not.
Do it.
I don't want to. I'm not smart.
I mean,
Do it.
yes, you are. It's like a.
I don't know.
Talk.
Phoebe isn't smart. I'm just gonna roll straight up intelligence or wisdom.
What's wrong?
I would go. I go intelligence here.
Not bad. 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm gonna call. I think that's good to back towards the door.
Okay.
I didn't set a DC or anything.
So
Yeah.
You head back toward the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna back out the door.
Okay. As you walk toward the door, you hit a wall, and you see them on the other side, and you begin to like shout to them and try to knock. They don't hear you.
Welcome to the mirror dimension, dog. Oh, hey guys.
Twilight Princess.
Deco.
You hear Sylvie say, "Stop messing around and just get over here."
No, this has already happened, and it went. But I mean, but that time I said I was with you too. She's gonna grab me. I'm gonna get insta killed, but I'm gonna go over there. Sure thing.
Okay. You go up to the mirror. It's
Yep.
a literal mirror. You like peek behind it. There's no like it's its own thing. It's not hanging on the wall.
So can I pick the mirror up?
You could pick the whole thing up if you wanted to.
All right. So I'm gonna pick up the mirror.
We see bitch doing.
Can I see if I can't throw the mirror through the door?
Okay.
Check it.
Okay. How close are you to the door as you chuck it?
I would carry it close enough because I don't have big arms. I'm just gonna see if I can't.
And you're looking at Sylvia. She's doing this as you're doing this, and Sylvia's like, "What are you doing?" Go ahead and give me an athletics check here as you chuck the mirror at the door.
Okay. I mean, it's a 16.
16, nice. The mirror shatters up against the door, and Sylvie reaches out, grabs your neck, and pulls you in.
All right.
And you lose consciousness. Going back to the rest of the group.
That escalated quickly.
What would you like to do in this room?
Is Phoebe acting weird? Like, is she like? Did she scream out for me like she did in Oh,
She
I'm
should
investigating.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm investigating that test. That's what I'm in here for. That's what drew me in.
I've been separated from
So I'm like pulling out from my vest these like little glasses, and I put the little glasses on, and they like have like little lenses where they're like.
I can't believe I didn't.
And I'm gonna like just start investigating this desk, and I want to look for. I want some information on what the fuck is this place. Like I'm looking for secret compartments. I'm doing the whole kit and caboodle.
Sweet. Okay, give me an investigation check here. Anyone else doing anything in there as well? Galileo, Rumberg.
Are there heavy things that need to be moved so we can look at stuff? That's sort of where I'm at.
There's a bed, a dresser. I mean, there's some heavy things if you wanted to really move furniture.
I'd like to investigate the light, as it is the only energy source.
Okay.
Unless there's other.
Okay, so an investigation check for you. Sylvie, would you roll?
I rolled really poopy. I rolled a 12.
Okay, 12. You open up some of the drawers in the desk. You do see that, like, the one thing that sticks out to you is that there is a notebook, maybe like a journal. And you see that same symbol that was on the door on that journal, the front cover of the journal. And as you begin to flip through, it looks like... What languages do you speak?
I speak Infernal, Thieves' Cant, and then just Banal Common.
Oh, I do.
Infernal, you said. Okay, so you don't understand any of what you're reading here, the language that you're reading here, but it seems to be written in blood. And there are these glyphs written throughout it, and the whole book seems to be written like that.
Christ.
Even if I don't speak the language, would I like recognize the language? Like, is that something that like I'd know from study? Like, I'd be like, oh, this is the fucking script of whatever.
No need to roll here. You recognize that this is probably Abyssal.
Okay.
What have you found?
Last question for you. With my investigation check on there, does this journal look really old? Is it dusty, or does it look pretty like? Does everything in here look pretty clean?
Everything seems like it hasn't been touched in years. Even when you picked up that notebook or that journal, there was a layer of dust on top of it. But the blood seems fresh, Sylvie. Almost like it's still running, like the blood is still wet.
Okay. And I'll kind of. I found a notebook that doesn't seem to have been touched in years. It's written in Abyssal, but I don't speak Abyssal.
I speak that dialect.
Do you really?
I do.
I will say though, even though the notebook doesn't look like it's been touched in years, the blood that's written inside seems to be fresh. So this careful. Don't read anything out loud.
Interesting.
Oh, good call.
Just paraphrase it.
I'm getting Evil Dead vibes right now.
100%. That's what I was thinking.
Is it wrapped in barbed wire?
I was asking.
Nope.
Dragon.
Necronomicon.
It
Necronomicon?
looks like a plain old journal. Parchment looks like you could pick it up at a store. It's just the inside and the cover that look off-putting.
Then do you give me the book?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I'm gonna. What does the cover say? Can I read the cover?
Step in the room to look.
No.
Okay.
I'd walk it over. Yeah.
So there's no there's no title to this book. The cover is just the symbol that you saw outside.
Gotcha.
And look into the book. Do you want to read it?
I do. I would ask Greymore. I would say, hey, Greymore, I'm going to read passages from this book. Can you stay frosty?
I don't know. I've never heard that phrase before, so I'm just okay. And I stand in the middle of the doorway, looking both ways. I guess.
Okay.
You should have said that iceberg.
Oh, that was.
Stay focused.
Iceberg, stay crossed.
I've took puns on my brain.
Okay, so as you begin to read the first part of this book, immediately, wisdom saving throw.
All right, here. I'm gonna burn Tides of Chaos on that one.
Getting it out of the way early.
Ooh, all right. Dirty 20.
Okay. Again, you feel that chill go down your spine, and you kind of look toward the window. You look back at the book. You don't. There's no effects for you with that roll, but you do hear a soft child's voice. She
Okay, we want
says-
10 times
and
right now.
You're the only one who can hear this right now, Raj. She says,
Please.
"Hi. What's your name?"
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Who am I speaking to?
I asked you first, silly.
Oh! Oh man! Stop!
My name is Frederick, and who are you?
Oh, Frederick, don't lie to me.
Hi, Lexi.
If you're so smart, why don't you tell me my name?
Oh.
Raj, you look down at your hands and you see a little bit of blood coming from your hands, and she says, "I know this is Raj," and you can hear that voice kind of drag on a little bit. And she says, "Raj, it's great for you to be here. Can you help me?"
As I'm looking back and forth, can I see the blood starting to drip from his hands yet, or no?
Yeah,
Very bad.
it's subtle. It's not like he's just been like his hand's been slit or anything like
Okay.
that. But you just see kind of like subtlety in it.
Okay. Is he turning pages, or is it the same page?
Up to Raj. He has control over his person right now. Whatever he's doing
Okay.
is what you see. Unlike
Yeah, I think Raj would he'd probably be just staring at the page. What I was thinking. And what the information is it that you see?
Raj, we've been trapped in here for some time. What do you seek? And maybe we can make a deal.
Oh,
Raj is gonna look up at Greymore and say, "I think I'm speaking to the devil."
You, with the word devil, you hear a snarl. It does not sound like the little girl you just spoke to.
Does only he hear it?
It'll. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was just gonna ask you what is the devil saying?
Mhm.
You hear a
I
second
would've-
snarl even louder in your head at that word.
I would have chills up my spine, and with this second snarl, I would have got like drawn back into the book and not said anything to, not really even heard Greymore respond.
Okay.
What would I do? Definitely. I would then not go into the room. I would then scream into the room that be on the lookout. Raj says he's speaking to the devil, and I can't hear anything.
Raj, you hear another snarl. Raj, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. As that third one grows even louder with anger. Sylvie.
I'm gonna try once he's depending on what happens with this. I want to try to rip the book from his and like chuck it into the room.
That's a good old-fashioned 8.
Okay.
Hmm?
Raj,
What happened?
you take 10 points of frost damage, and you feel your hands almost glued to the book. And you hear her reclaim her calm voice saying, "Why do you all say such hurtful things?"
Who is it I'm speaking to?
Raj, I'm here to help.
Yeah, you did not answer my question. I answered yours. Now who am I speaking to?
We don't have a singular name, Raj.
I'm gonna try to grab that book from.
Okay. Unless Raj is like obsessing, like really holding on to it, there's no part of him that's like, there's no magical effect that's like having him hold on to it. So however, you can snatch it from his hands.
I was gonna say, I guess. That being said, like, what does Raj look like as he's doing this?
Right.
Like, do I need to rip it out of your hands because you're starting to look panicked and obsessed, and like I see your hands bleeding, or are you like talking like as calmly as he sounds?
Raj hasn't blinked. You don't see any movement in.
I'm probably gonna, instead of like, I won't like rip it from his hands, but I'm gonna kind of just like put like my hand on the edge there and kind of like try to like gently pry it out. And if I get it, I'm gonna chuck it into the room like across the room.
Raj, the last thing you hear is, "They always do this," and the book goes, and her voice goes with it.
Should they always do this?
All right.
I'm gonna like just look at him and to see if he.
I'm gonna look up at Phoebe. Sorry, Sylvie. I will never do those. It's like I get that pandemic. These in there somewhere. I would look at Sylvie in her face as she took the book away. It's just kind of like the same kind of like hollow look I was looking at.
I would like to say that I would go, Graymore, or Galileo. You can sense energy. Is this book producing any energy that we need to use for our trip?
I'm gonna light protocol it.
Give me a new Arcana check here.
Sure.
What'd you say?
13.
13. You're getting hints of divination from this book.
Ooh.
Oh no!
That's cute. Exciting. Be into that. Okay. You said it was the devil?
I said what?
It was the devil in there?
Did I say that? I thought it. I heard that though.
Well, I guess technically you didn't say it, but you said it. We didn't.
Do believe I was. Oh, I was. Yes.
Perhaps my sensor. Mouth.
No. I guess maybe I should have rolled to see if I felt it.
No, all good.
I mean, it had dripping blood from it, so I don't think
Yeah.
you really had rolls.
That's fair.
Yeah.
An insight roll.
Yeah. I do believe I was devil. And I would be saying this out loud.
It appears to have magical energy, but not energy that I believe Rundar would have us for. So, may I suggest that we move forward? And where did Phoebe go?
I was gonna say 2 questions on that note.
I'm still in the room.
First is clarification for me because I can never remember. So infernal is devil.
My body is in the room.
but abyssal is language of the demons, or is it more broad?
Demon.
No, it's that.
You're right.
Okay, so you would know as you speak the language.
That you're
That
speaking
it's
to the demon.
demons, which are chaotic and devil.
Okay.
And
Which is probably why it was so.
yeah, and
they
just a
call
little
it.
bit like the most baseline understanding that anyone has on
Understanding that anyone has on demons
they
and
are
devils.
very different. They do not like each other.
The blood war, baby.
Yeah, huge war between them. They hate each
The abyss is the plane of existence that demons.
That's what I thought, because that's where we started in campaign 2.
Yeah.
And we were anyway, that's perfect. Thank you.
Abyssal.
Of the abyss.
And then instinctually, as Galileo said that, I would look to Phoebe. What is Phoebe doing?
Phoebe,
I'm not
she's with you guys, acting normal. She's kind of Roger. Do you need me to heal you?
Could try.
Wait,
you have
what?
you have blood on your hand. Is that
Raj,
Yes?
I can get a tea.
Why am I talking to man? Says Phoebe.
Yeah.
yep?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Phoebe.
That's Phoebe right now.
Got it. Okay, that's what. Okay. I didn't realize that I cut myself, but yes, I am injured.
Some of those paper cuts can be so intense. You just never realize with that thick paper how it just gets in there. And
It's in there.
It does. But I was hearing
Between
little
the
girl
fingers.
voice that were speaking, and I'm a little scared right now. So
Stop.
I'm just gonna hang out back here, and he's gonna like hide his palms under his like cloak.
You see Phoebe reaches out her hands and says, "If you need help, I can help you with that."
You would take it.
He's a little freaked out.
I'm a little freaked out.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Do either of you have any bandages we can wrap it?
I do have some bandages. So I'll like reach into my explorer's pack and grab my bandages and see him like tape his like palms up, so he's got like 2 like wraps.
Or are there any cuts there? You said he wasn't bleeding, like his palm was slit. Does he just have blood and there's?
No, so there's like there's a cut, but I was suggesting like it's not like he got his throat slit. Like there's a massive wound that he's currently like dying from.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Thank you, Phoebe, for your concern, but I think I'll be just fine.
Just easily. That was my bad, team. I see a desk and I want to know what secrets it had, so I apologize. Perhaps that I do. I will perhaps refrain in future. I rolled a natural 1 on that one for what Sylvia.
That's good.
It is good, but just be aware if you hear any little girls' voices. I do believe they to be.
Next room, same protocol. Listen for traps. Open the door. Let Galileo do his little searchy doodad.
Phoebe says, "Sounds like a plan."
Sure does.
Ew.
19 perception to listen to the door and see if there's anything behind it. I don't know if you want me to roll 1 for kind of all of them, or how you want to do this.
This time you hear the piano louder. Like it sounds like it's on the other side of this door.
It sounds like the piano is on the other side. Do I hear any other movement or just the piano?
Just the piano.
Do we want to take a look or do we?
Yeah, open the door and look in.
I'll check the door for traps and open it if it's not locked.
Okay. You can give me a new investigation check if you'd like. But the door does not appear to be locked.
Another 12. Dang roll.
You're able to
Nope, should be
look around the door frame. Looks good. You twist the doorknob open. Same thing as last time. It looks like it's not tricked.
Alright. I'll look in and try to perceive for light, whatever.
Okay. Same thing as last time. Graymore, Raj outside. Or, sorry.
We're talking
Just
to the
looking in the
doorway.
doorway.
Yeah, we're not going in. We're just gonna have him peek in, like
Okay.
Scooby-Doo style.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna be.
Perception check then. Go ahead, Raj.
Raj would be kind of attuned to kind of like, he's like kind of like looking for that voice again, like kind of like hyper like sense, like.
The man just like, don't worry, it'll be back.
I figured.
Exactly what that look was.
Yeah.
I know that look.
I feel like this is exactly what happened with Deegan.
It was a 13 on the perception.
13 on the perception. The room that you look into is actually hexagonal. At the center of the room, you see this beautiful grand piano, and the noise is coming from there. You see the seat on your side, closest to you on the door. There's nobody there sitting on the seat, but you see the keys going up and down, and you hear and see this beautiful piano being played. As you look around further, the walls are lined with books. And you see that little ladder that gets you up to several stories high to get onto the books, to the higher books. That's currently moving from side to side. And you see some books being pulled out, open, some pages are being flipped through, but there's nobody there.
Well, I mean, I love books, so I'm gonna go.
So Galileo goes in. Anyone else?
I'll go in with him. I'm not gonna let him go in alone.
Solidarity.
We're in this together. Nerds.
I'd be intrigued by the piano, so I would go in as intelligent Greymore.
Good read.
Smart.
Intel more.
Intel.
Tell more dude.
Rumberg and Raj, would you go in or stay out?
I'm terrified, personally.
Yeah, Raj is still a little
You can take 'em.
sorry. Raj is still a little shaken up from the change with the book, or pamphlet rather. So he would just hang out in the outskirts of this room as well.
Okay. And Rumberg?
Yeah, I'm staying out.
Okay. This time, I need a wisdom saving throw from Raj and Rumberg.
Ah!
Here we go. Here we go. Cheers.
Repeat it.
Stuff it's not in the mouth. It's not in the mouth. It doesn't stay.
Bye.
8,
I need company.
7.
Okay.
We die.
Welcome.
Here's what both of you hear and see. As you're looking back and forth, checking the hallway, you watch as the group begins to explore the room, and you feel this chill down your spine. Both of you at the same time. And then you feel almost like hands gripping your neck. And then your neck begins to twist to the point where if it twists any further, it would snap. What are you doing?
Yeah. After I'm done pooping my pants.
Sitting here crying.
And even if you both are looking at each other, you don't see anything. You both just you don't see anything twisting your neck. You just see both of your necks are currently like twisted, and you both are very uncomfortable.
I would instinctually like reach my hands up to my neck.
Okay.
If I could like, feel anything, like
What about you, Robert?
We're gonna have nightmares.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I can start like reaching out, like yeah, swapping partner.
Mark it.
Guy.
Yeah, I tried back on it.
Died.
Well, that was fun. Talk.
Talking.
Yes, nobody wants that.
Anyway, yeah, just like something touching me. I don't know what it is.
Okay. As you like pushed off, and like literally you grab your neck and you try to like, you're missing. There's nothing there. Raj, in your head you hear, I gave you a chance, but you were very mean, and you, both of your necks snap and you go unconscious.
Do we hear like their bodies fall from inside the room?
Give me a perception check. You are in a room with a piano currently playing beautiful
Would we
music.
all do that perception check?
Just a general perception check.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, natural one. I'm at the piano.
I was gonna say you're loving.
Galileo,
What do I get?
perception check.
Thanks. Twice.
Hang on.
21. Galileo, in the midst of the music and the pages flipping, as you're in this room and taking it in, you hear the faint sound of a pop. But it's so faint that it doesn't really concern you. You look around, you look back at the doorway, and you still see Raj and Rimberg looking back and forth, checking the hallway.
Where's Phoebe?
Phoebe's in the room. She's currently like observing the piano, kind of looking at the sides of it.
No, I think you have a good idea here, because if there's a good source of magic in this room, perhaps this is where our energy source is. And I'm going to investigate the piano and see if there's like a magical source there that maybe is what we're looking for.
Okay. Give me. You can either do an investigation or Arcana check if you're checking for the magic, or Arcana if you're just looking at the piano investigation.
It's funny that you said that. I read it in a novel once that if you play the piano that the ghost is playing, it opens a mysterious door. Maybe we should try that.
What sorts of novels are you? If you've got that book, I'd love to borrow it. It sounds very interesting. Investigation is a 22.
Okay. Very clearly, something is off. You're trying to like you wave your hand through the seat where a person would be if someone was like playing it invisibly, and you don't hit anything. The keys continue to move up and down. You look toward the back of the piano that's currently open, and you still see the keys being moved on the inside as well. Doesn't seem to be trapped. There doesn't seem to be any sort of trickery going on. You do see that the current book is open, where the music sheet is.
Galileo, do you want to take a look at it and see if this is some sort of magic? If there's a
Music sheet?
just the piano in general. It doesn't seem it.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's nothing playing here. So, what is?
I'll try to detect magic on it.
Arcana check.
23.
Okay, you're getting a sense that this is some sort of conjuration magic.
Okay. It is definitely magical. I don't know why I needed to detect that, given that it is a piano without physical explanation.
And I'm wondering if there's maybe the source of energy that would.
Do I see it through my lenses?
Like if it had a super.
Is it powered?
The only thing that is lighting up on your through your vision is that the music sheet has a faint bit of energy to it.
Ooh. Can I read it?
Sure, you go up to the music sheet. Just looks like plain old music notes.
Is it one sheet or is it pages?
It's kind of like a booklet, and it's opened up to a song.
Is it Whiplash?
No.
Okay. But it has some magic. I mean, it's probably trapped. Magically. Probably trapped.
Is it the same keys that keep getting hit over and over again? Like, is it a pattern?
It's probably a song, like over and over again.
Okay, so like a full song and then starting from scratch type scenario.
Mary had a
Kaimal, can you play music? Because I cannot. My skill.
This Greymore can actually. I just rolled for it and got an 18. So yeah, Greymore is going to attempt to play the music, and as he's going up there, and he does the little with his little cape thing, kick it back to sit down on the bench, and he looks at Sylvie and he goes, the novel that I read, it was a fantastic novel. It's The Dew of Scooby. You should check it out. And then he goes ahead and goes to attempts to play the piano. I'm trying to trace the keys as they're being played, like read the music sheets. That way, we're playing the song, pressing the keys.
Give me a performance check.
Can the Dew of Scooby be spelled Deaux?
Performance 17 for an 18.
Okay. In your head, you hear. You know how to play this song too? Here, you play, and I'll watch, and the keys stop.
I'll continue playing, and then my response, and I'm gonna say it out loud, because I don't talk to my head inside my head anymore after the first couple sessions. Be like, duh, I know how to play this song. The music sheet's right in front of me.
You hear her say, I've been playing that same tune for what seems like eternity. Thank you for freeing me.
Yes.
What happens if I stop playing this song?
Oh,
Why didn't you just stop?
I wouldn't recommend that.
The whole time he's like playing the song.
And if I miss a key, what happens? Question mark.
I just wouldn't mess up that many times.
Ooh.
And I'm having this conversation out loud, so I'm not telling what the little girl is saying, I guess, just what my response is.
You just gotta start all your sentences with a recap of the previous sentence you said.
Yeah. Greymore will continually play the music. Don't mess up.
While he does this for a couple of minutes, can I ritually cast Identify on the sheet?
Sure.
It takes me 10 minutes, so whatever else is happening.
Okay. Anyway,
I'll begin, I'll hold up to the sheet and see him just, for the 10 minutes, he's flipping through lenses and, focused on it.
Do you prefer 1 or 2? 2?
1,
2.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3.
Galileo, I need you to keep this sheet in front of me, please. I can't miss a note. I don't have this song memorized.
I'll have a spider arm over him so I can see it without
Emma, what do you mean you can't miss a note?
So I'm assuming that this creature that actually he never told us anything. I would go. I assume that this creature. Backtrack. I'll assume that this creature that Raj was talking about, the devil that he was hearing voice, is now in my head.
You watch as a book that was currently being read, or flipped through, it drops as you say the word devil.
Greymore would not know this though, because he only knows dwarf and common.
Sure.
Did Raj tell us about the snarling? Because we obviously didn't.
Not about the snarling, just that little girls were talking. And he thought it was the devil.
He told me it was the devil, and then I responded with the devil, so we never knew any of the actions that happened.
Gnarled.
So it was just a book drop that happened?
Mhm.
Okay. She doesn't respond or anything?
Does the book get picked up pretty quickly, or is it floor?
No, so this book was it was probably about 10 feet up, like along the ladder, toward the higher part of the bookshelf, or the bookcase, and it hit the ground and it stayed on the ground, and you see the ladder slowly move, and then a new book is picked.
Can I just see if the cover of the book, is it also written in Abyssal? Is it the same little chain on the front? Is there it's okay, I don't even know what the book is, but is it common? What is this library? Like all Abyssal?
So do you pick up the book, or are you just looking at the book?
Just looking at it.
Okay. This book, it lands open, and it also has blood stains written into it. And I guess that's really all you can see if you're not going to flip or shut the book. But looking along the spines of the books across, you see the history of Exandria, you see the history of Wildmount. There's historical text in here. There seems to be fiction, non-fiction, at least on the spines of these books.
What?
As the book drops, Greymore would have been startled because he didn't know it was happening, and instead of hitting G, he would have hit G sharp, which would have messed up the key, and then he would continue. But does anything happen with him? He notices he messes up that key.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Don't worry, we all noticed too.
It's not that big of a difference from a G and a G sharp.
You play instruments, Ben?
I used to play the piano, yeah. I got a 15.
15. Okay, so you'll take half damage here, but it almost feels like you've been stabbed in the back, and you feel this sharp pinch in your back, and you'll take 6 points of piercing damage, and you look behind you, there's nothing there. You're starting to bleed.
I would ask the little girl if that was her. And you said 6?
6 points of slashing.
Okay.
Piercing damage. She says back to you, "Oh no, I wouldn't do that to you."
Can you tell me what did that to me then? If I relieved you and you're so thankful for it, why aren't you giving me more help to relieve myself from this situation?
I'll admit this to you. I love watching people suffer.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you for your candy.
It's a bit of a weird thing. But you're gonna die here, and I'll pick you back up, and we'll do this all over again for eternity. But I'm not the one stabbing you, so I'm on your side.
Joke's on you, I love playing the piano. What would you like in return to get us out of this situation?
That's a tough one. Were you talking to my siblings?
Was I talking to your siblings?
Yeah, have you spoken to any of my siblings?
You're the only person other than my party I've talked to so far.
Well,
And I don't even know if I'm talking to anybody, because right now all I hear is a voice in my head. Which you might want to be aware of, be in my head.
Might want to watch out being here.
Don't know which person you're going to get.
it is a bit confusing. There seems to be a few of you in here. Oh, there's another in there. Hiding. I see you. And then the voice goes away.
As that's happening, one of the personalities responds. He's like, "Get the fuck out of my head, or I'm gonna kill you!" And that's right when they leave. No one hears that, by the way. Just Greymore's head. Oh, my bad.
Raymond, did you say something about siblings?
Yes. I'm sorry for that outbreak. This voice in my head said that there's more of them and they're siblings. Also, I'm gonna die in here and I can't stop playing the piano or I'm gonna be stabbed 1,000,000 times. So, it was nice knowing you.
I
Oh,
don't
wait!
know how to.
Runeberg! I call
I'll
out
get
for
him.
Runeberg.
And I'll go out there and I'm gonna look out there and be like, Humbug, I believe you could use your iceberg if you can spare him for a minute.
That sounds great. Happy to help.
Ask him if he knows how to play the piano.
I don't really think that matters as long as he can play long enough to get out of this.
That's true.
And so we'll bring Iceberg over to the piano, and
I would.
Is all you.
Yep. And then so as Iceberg comes to the piano, I'd kind of like, can I have a conversation with Iceberg? I don't know. I've never really.
I don't
Do you
think
speak
not
through
much
him,
for
or is he
words.
just like
I think it's just a blank.
he just stares back at you?
And you can tell Runeberg control him. And he uses all Runeberg's stats for any checks that he.
And so I don't know that. I'm gonna just go. So, Iceberg, do you know how to read sheet music?
Iceberg just like smiling back at you.
Just smiling.
Oh. I'm sorry.
I've never seen a smile before.
Remember, I actually guess we need you. If you could come in here so that we can show you what to do so that Iceberg can take over for Grandma.
All right, sounds good to me. You want him to just play the piano?
I want him to try to play this sheet music to the best of his ability, or at least the next minute, so I can get off this stool and not get stabbed. So if he can memorize this line, and then like as I'm getting to that line, I'm gonna be like, all right, this is the line, and like showing him the keys, and then I continue, and like, so that's what you gotta hit, and then we get back to it. So it's like a never-ending cycle for like 5 times to try to get him to memorize that. And then once we get there again, I'm gonna be like, all right, you're gonna take over on this next one. And then it ends, and try to give it over to Iceberg so I can step off.
Matthew, give me a performance check for Iceberg.
Do I get anything from identifying it, or not enough time passed?
I'll give you something.
Helping him? I had to be that guy.
Did you
Anything's better than what I just rolled. So
Theoretically speaking, wouldn't he get advantage since Finn is helping him? Theoretically.
Fair point.
Okay.
16. Fury.
What was it?
16.
16. Nice. So with that, Iceberg goes in and begins to play that first line. Galileo, you're at like the 9th minute here. You can hold on in this room for the last minute during this, while everyone else seems to be moving out. Your call.
No, I'm out. Fuck it.
I don't know if I would move out, because I'd be curious to see what would happen once he messed up.
Okay. So you want to stay in until he messes up?
Would you stop me from leaving?
What? You talking to me?
Like, no, I'm asking Greymore if he would be like, no, wait. Not like physically stop me, but suggest that I stay.
Because
Right. Or would you just let me leave? I'm supposed to leave, idiot.
well, so Greymore's be like, well, it's like in the 30 seconds that he has, he'll be telling me like, when I messed up, I got stabbed. I don't know what's going to happen if he messes up a lot. It could be another book dropping down, or Iceberg could no longer exist, or we all could die in this room. I don't know what we want to do, but that's what the voice in my head told me. So we're
My
going off of like,
understanding was the book fell when somebody said the word.
what word?
When someone said.
I rolled a natural 20, so I would understand what he was saying. Oh, that word.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we want to see what happens when the music stops? Because I was the one controlling the music, no longer the devil girl.
I gotta be like 5 seconds for finishing identify.
As you say that, the top row of books all begin to be pulled out, and they are hitting the floor all around you in this hexagonal room.
We're leaving now. But I would be looking back to be curious what would happen to the ice.
Our hexagonal room has 5 points. So 6 sides.
Centigram.
Or was that 7?
Hex is 6.
Oh, 6. Same sides, whatever.
So as the books all begin to come down, you watch in the most horrifying way at the door frame as Iceberg gets literally, it looks like he's being pulled in, up, sideways. You see his arms caving in, his head snaps, and you watch as it turns into a pretzel for a moment and then poofs.
Okay.
Roomberg, I'm sorry that I killed your partner in crime.
You hear very quickly, Greymore, that little girl begin to cry, and then you hear the piano begin to play again.
She's back to playing the piano. Well, I guess I would ask her, why are you crying, little girl? Can I at least know your name? Because I'm formality, and my name's Greymore, if that matters.
As you guys are in the hallway with your whole party, and as you ask that, we're gonna pan to the other group.
The underworld.
Give me a perception check right off the bat.
Are we unconscious? I thought we were unconscious.
So you split the party, is what you're telling.
Yep.
Me, Greymore, and Rod. Her.
It's a dirty 20? Dirty little 20?
Naughty.
19.
19?
13.
Okay. Okay, 9 points of damage for Raj and 9 points of damage for Uber.
Her perception check?
Yeah.
No, so this is as you're coming awake, you realize that you've been wounded.
Oh, from the
You feel your
next.
neck held for what it's worth, but you took damage as your neck was being twisted. You wake up. Phoebe, that was a 21.
Regular 20.
Regular 20. So I'll start with you, 19, I think, for Roomberg. Does that sound right? 20, 19, and then
13.
13. 20, 19, 13. Okay. With the 20, Phoebe, you wake up to being chained. You were quite literally chained, and you are just laying in the middle of a room. There's a chandelier above you with candles, kind of giving a dim light to this area. You see there's a window. It looks like you're in a bedroom, and you hear, after a few moments, first and foremost, what would you like to do? You're currently just chained, hands to your side.
Raj and Runeberg with me in this room, or is it
Just you.
okay? Let's fucking do it. Phoebe shrinks out of her chains and turns into a little mouse.
Smart.
Yep. So just kind of get a wild shape, very small.
Okay. The chains crumble around you, and you weave your way out. And you begin to look around, and You hear with that perception check noise coming from the hall. It sounds like chains being dragged.
Right now, hall. Or the hall.
Okay. You see that there are two bodies, both Raj and Rumberg, being dragged down the hall. Raj gets tossed into one room. You don't see the creature for a brief... You only see the creature for a brief moment. Let me rephrase. You see this kind of, this red and black figure you catch very carefully with a little bit of light, drags into the room, and then the creature's gone. You hear chains and a body being thumped into that room, and you see Rumberg still outside, just like unconscious. His neck is currently like twisted sideways. Raj has been thrown into the room. You've got a brief moment that you hear steps coming back as this creature's heading back towards you.
Like, put myself in Rumberg's pocket. If I can. Yeah.
Okay. With that, sneak yourself into the side.
Yep.
This creature reaches back down, grabs the end of the chain.
Yeah.
And you can now see that this creature has deep red skin with black scars throughout. Long horns kind of wrapping around. And along its back you see this spine that has these spikes jetting out from side to side. Throws, opens the door and tosses Rumberg in. Shuts the door behind.
The door shut, we're good. I'm going to pop out of Rumberg's pocket and see if I can't get in front of him. I would say the mouth, two tiny ribbons where Phoebe's horns would be, and just kind of try to nudge him awake if he's asleep.
After a few attempts at it, Rumberg, you come to consciousness.
Weird little mouse claws on your face.
Okay.
Do it sound abyssal?
Do it sound abyssal? What do you mean?
I was wondering, since Phoebe would probably, he and Sylvie would both probably have a pretty good idea of like what versus devils look like. Does this creature look like a?
It looks like a demon.
Yeah, I figured out that it's you.
Okay. So, up here together. Raj.
Yeah, what's the deal?
I can't. I'm
Well,
the mouse, but
Okay.
I'm just here with you. Emotional support pocket mouse.
Great. I look around.
Okay.
22.
22. You look around the room. It looks like a bedroom. It's similar to the first one that you encountered.
No, Raj.
Raj is not in this one.
Oh, I'm as well. He threw me in the room.
Flanks out of the.
He just tossed you in the room, chained up.
Yeah, that's not a major problem. What I'm about to.
You've been here before.
It's magically kaboshed. I will bonus action raise Iceberg.
Okay.
Then I as a bonus teleport man swapping.
Oh. There you go.
Smart.
So basically 6 seconds later it gets
Hmm.
and then Iceberg is stuck in the thing and I'm
That's awesome.
Or iceberg today, man.
I know.
Like, oh,
that's okay. I just literally drop concentration, rename
Okay.
as many times as I want. He only has 1 HP, so he's expected to die. The downside is that I have to use my bonus actions. So it ruins my turn if I have to make him every turn because we're in based economy. It doesn't.
Totally.
What would you guys like to do?
Fucking
Yeah, exactly. Back door, I guess. What side of the hinge is on?
You
peek
pull
out
the
from
door.
underneath.
Pull the door inward if you wanted to. Okay, so you peek.
I'm gonna
Is that-
sniff. I'm gonna see if I can't get nose under the door. And
Okay. Since you're a mouse, you kind of get a new perspective. We'll keep your same perception as earlier. You see that there's an indent in the ground, and it almost looks like a big paw print pressed into the ground. And you see 2 of them. The weight of the creature that just walked by is literally leaving impressions down this hallway. But you don't see the creature.
Big boy needs some slim fast, eh? No, I want.
Yeah,
I need some slim fast eye.
I'm gonna scurry back into the room and nod at Runeberg. Here, good.
You guys open the door. What would you like to do?
Am I awake? Or conscious, rather?
You're gonna
You're unconscious.
Yeah, I know.
gonna scurry under the door into the room where Raj.
Okay. You see Raj, his tongue is just laying out on the side of his face. After a few attempts, Raj comes to consciousness.
Trying to get you out the door.
Kind of like foggy brain. Raj will look and be like, "That's BB. So, mouse.
Nods.
Hello, BB.
Okay.
Ah." Okay, like Raj will like talk. So
Okay, cool.
imagine your next step.
But yeah, go back. It's a lot of like door to door. Get Runeberg, come out the door, sweep Raj, go. I don't know where we're going, but I have the party now, so we're okay now.
Do we have our items on?
You still have everything on you.
Sick. Raj is gonna reach. He's gonna hit himself with.
Okay. As you do, Phoebe, with your perception check from earlier, as you walk down the hallway, you see this writing in abyssal with blood draped across the hallway. I will send you what that says, and that will be the end of tonight's session as the party is split.